The bullet point that I chose to address is providing each student with targeted instruction, practice, and support in areas where they are struggling, while ensuring that they learn challenging academic content and skills. And I paired that with allowing the student to be able to shape their own instruction and enrich their own education. And so something that I do fairly regularly, because I am a speech pathologist and I work within the special education department, is differentiated instruction. And because of that, each of my students receives very targeted interventions, very targeted help with skills that they need to be able to access their academic content areas. Because of that, there is a lot of collaboration that needs to happen between the regular classroom instructors and myself, as well as other related service members and administrators. And with this, I found that oftentimes it's really difficult to make sure that the student is not only practicing the skills that they need to practice within my own classroom, but making sure that they generalize those skills out into other settings and with other adults and with their peers. And so a way that we really work with this is close collaboration with all of the adults that are involved. And so we will have very specific meeting times that we get together, and I talk about how I can help support the goals that the classroom teacher has for that student, how I can help that student access the curriculum the best, and how I can be a general support so that they are successful throughout their school day and with everything that they need to accomplish. It's interesting because when I started, the use of technology within my field was relegated to some very cumbersome and difficult to program computers, voice output devices, things like that, that helped really the most severe students access education. And it's evolved to where now not only are we looking at other ways to help augment communication, but the technology has advanced to the point that so many things that were expensive programs and difficult to access programs, such as speech to text, or even being able to quickly videotape a student or have them videotape things and look at how that communicative interaction occurred. Now it's just in a cell phone or a handheld device. And so it's really exciting for me to see how technology has evolved and how my ability to help support my students through the use of technology has increased. Something else that has been a lot of fun for me in the past is I've been able to create some video monitoring moments where, with very specific guidelines or a story prompt, a student is able to, through written words first, written language, communicate what they want to say or impart to their classmates, and then they are able to do a video recording of that. They then watch and self-analyze their skill level, and they look at the things that they need to change and the things that they can do better. And it's a lot of fun to see their progress. And I often have students that say to me, I didn't realize that I was even getting any better or that I was really learning anything until I looked back at my other video, and now I can see that huge growth that I've made. It's really a self-esteem boost for them. They feel like they're taking part of their own education. I don't have to get on their case or hound them to practice. They begin to have an intrinsic sense of wanting to do better. And they get very, very excited when they can see the changes that they've been able to make. The other thing that for me will be interesting this year is I am looking at being able to provide speech and language services through teletherapy. So much like you're watching this video, there will be therapy interaction between an adult and a student. It will be in real time, and it will be as if the therapist was there in the room, but it will be held over technology. And interestingly enough, the therapist that I'm looking to hire for that position lives in Brazil. So it should be a very neat learning experience, I think, to see how this works out and to be able to take the data and see if this is a beneficial way to answer a very serious shortage of speech-language pathologists in the state of Utah. So I'm excited to kind of look at technology in that way and see how that can help benefit my students. But that's my differentiated instruction in a nutshell, and how technology up to this point has played a part in me being able to provide direct, specialized instruction to the students that I've been in charge of.